Hey there, cats and kittens. My name is Alonda Carter, and I am the recovering Hunbot. I create anti-MLM videos, and now I'm kind of dipping my toes into true crime. And if you really kind of think about it, isn't multi-level marketing criminal? Okay, let me ask you something. Have you been financially impacted, due to like what's going on in the world? Because a lot of people have. I mean, like a lot, like as in millions. And so that might be you, or you might know someone, but I mean, it's really, really very prevalent. And you're not alone. I bring this up because there was a time a few years ago when I was a Beachbody hun and I was attempting to collect unemployment and I kind of ran into a snag. And right now there's this push from Huns. I mean, just insert the multi-level marketing company name. There's this push for you to join their team. There's even people that I say that they're like on the fringe. And when I say on the fringe, they're not directly involved in multi-level marketing. Maybe they were in the past, but now they're doing like coaching stuff or masterminds and courses, that kind of thing. Think about like Eric Worre, Fraser Brooks, Ray Higdon, Mark Lalonde. I mean, basically there's so many. Grant Cardone right now, and Chris Shelton did a great video on this because he had a guest. Grant is a Scientologist, in case you didn't know that. And right now he is under quarantine in, Clearwater? That's where Flag is located, the headquarters for Scientology. So he's there anyway. A lot of his stuff is in real estate and it's getting ready to balloon. Balloon means like you pay X number of dollars, a lower amount for a number of years. I want to say it's 5 years, and then the amount increases. Well, right now, so many people have like lost their jobs. So that's putting him, between a rock and a hard place. And so I haven't seen the videos, but apparently there's been some like meltdown type things. So you might want to check that out. But I did notice he certainly is plugging his Cardone University and, do this. Basically, he'll teach you how to make money kind of a thing, which anyone else kind of on the fringe, they're doing the same thing. But I digress because this video is about what happens when you lose your job, you're collecting unemployment, and you're part of a multi-level marketing company. So let's get to it. And before I forget, because I actually did when I was recording this, so this is, Alonda editing mode. If you enjoy this type of content, anti-MLM and, true crime type of stuff, then you might want to consider hitting that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, do all of those sort of things so that you will be aware of each time I upload a new video. Okay, so a few years ago, when I was in full Beachbody Hun mode, because I was in Beachbody Hun mode and I thought I was going to build my presence and build this team, I thought a good way to do that would be to get certified in a couple of the Beachbody workout programs. So I got certified in size and country heat. And that part of Beachbody was called Beachbody Live. It no longer exists. It went down, so to speak. And I think I know why, because one, big box gyms, they didn't give a hoot about Beachbody programs. Two, Beachbody did not like partner with big box gyms so that they would give a hoot about it. And then three, unless you're certified by something that's popular, say like Zumba or something, adding in something that people don't know about, like any of the Beachbody programs. I will say, I think Insanity and Turbo Kick were popular, and so was Pio. But, you can't get certified in those anymore. So you can use their, if you got their rounds, that's just a whole nother thing. And I've done other videos talking about Beachbody Live. This isn't about Beachbody Live. But the point is, I was trying to earn some money because I didn't have a full-time job. I had been working as an independent contractor doing instructional design, in case you didn't know that. My background is instructional design, which means design and develop of courses. And I have focused on e-learning, online type stuff. And that's why, all these universities get under my skin, all these people teaching these courses. But that's another topic. Anyway, during this time, I was collecting unemployment and I did manage to get a gig to teach what I had been certified in through Beachbody. The thing is, I did manage to get a teaching gig to teach what I was certified in with Beachbody, but I think I only had like 3 students and only 2 of them showed up regularly. I mean, I did not make a lot of money, but when I was doing my unemployment, I had to report if I made any money when I was like, submitting to be paid. And so I did. I was honest. And that just like, I mean, it exploded. I mean, I just lost my benefits. And I tried to fight it out and something. I mean, like, I don't remember all the details about it because I've slept since then. It's been a few years, but I do remember it did happen and it impacted me. And now, I mean, if you make any money, you have to report that. And in general, what happens when you report that you earn some money, they're going to deduct that. But it also could be that you won't qualify for your benefits anymore, depending on how much money you earn. So it's a real it's a sticky point, I think. And if you don't report what you're earning, there could be larger consequences that you could face. So again, it's a real sticking point, I mean, it's like, so anyway, the reason I bring all of this up is because something kind of came into my bubble where in Beachbody, people are being impacted, meaning they're not able to get unemployment benefits because they're a Beachbody coach. And now I'm going to share some conversations with you. I hope this message finds you in good health. I have Beachbody issues. I'm collecting unemployment due to losing my job from COVID. Now I received this packet in the mail stating they are withholding my unemployment due to my, quote, business that brings in income. I'm not actively coaching right now. I can't afford to lose my benefits. Since I keep my coach account to get the discount, I do get some income sporadically. So I have to claim them on my taxes. Do you have any words of wisdom? Anyone else going through this? I don't make much from Beachbody throughout the year. They are asking, is the business incorporated, a partnership, a sole proprietorship? I don't have answers to all these questions. Okay, I feel super, super bad for this person. And honestly, asking your upline is the last thing I would recommend because they're not going to know anything. If you have one person in your downline, number one, and you're trying to, quote, grow a team, you are going to try to protect that. And so then you're going to share this information. And anyone else have any idea how I handle this? Your upline is not an expert on unemployment, and especially right now with any additional relief packages that are being offered from country to country and all that whatnot. They're not going to know the ins and outs. So I don't think that would be a reliable source. And you know what I would do if I were you? I would quit Beachbody because I think you're going to make more money getting unemployment and getting any other benefits that you can right now at this time in the world. Yeah, it's a tough situation. You can't bring in any income when you apply for the CERB in some states, unemployment due to COVID-19, like a zero income. She would have to quit as a coach and re-sign up in 6 months. This way, any Beachbody income won't be connected with her coach account. As a coach, we are self-employed, not incorporated. Okay, first of all, CERB stands for Canadian Emergency Response Benefit. In the States, typically, at least, this is what I'm remembering, so I could be wrong, but your unemployment benefits are basically determined on the past 2 quarters that you were employed. At least that's how it was in Texas a few years ago. But in terms of being self-employed, not incorporated, I mean, you can, determine whether or not you incorporate yourself. You are an independent contractor. That's the main thing. Beachbody sends out 1099s to anyone who makes at least $600 because that is the law. Interesting. Okay, thanks. This is how it is in Canada. Not sure with the States. She should ask her accountant if she can bring in any income as self-employed coach, and that will give her an answer. I mean, this is just thinking like, does she even have an accountant? I mean, not all Beachbody coaches are going to have an accountant. Let's just get that straight. Beachbody gives out a taxable income form for every coach every year. That wasn't the case when I was with them because unless you made at least $600, you didn't get diddly, but you're still required to report it, We are required to claim it whether it reflects income or not due to the amount. So maybe something changed. I don't know. I'm just telling you, I got a 1099 when I made at least $600. And yes, that is an independent contractor. And then they start getting into a bit of stuff that has to do with taxes, but that's also sort of related to unemployment. However, I think it does illustrate people don't really know what they're talking about, and they're trying to give each other advice, which is always a bit on the dangerous side if you ask me. You don't have to report your Beachbody income in taxes unless it hits a certain amount. That's not true. You need to report it. Based off this person saying she only gets sporadic income from being a discount coach, I highly doubt she's getting enough to have to report. She made $679 in 2019. That's $13 a week. Let that sink in. $13 a week. All of that for $13 a week. But at $679, yeah, she has to report that because it's taxable. Lol, that's what happens when you don't bother to read the entire thing. Lol. That's not true. It depends on how much you make in total with your other sources of income and how you file. Well, it said it directly on the paperwork that I electronically signed. I also have done Avon for many years, and it's the same thing. Unless I earn a certain amount, I don't need to claim regardless of what other income I have. You may want to check your CPA then. You are supposed to report anything you make over $12,000 in total income if you file as single or married filing jointly. Married filing separately, it's $5. If you do not have to report it, there would be nothing stopping somebody from having multiple income sources under the threshold, yet making tens of thousands of dollars. Absolutely true. But this whole thing about not needing to claim it, to me, that's a slippery slope, you know? You do have to report your income and, for IRS. And also when you file for unemployment, if you receive any income, you are legally obligated to report that as well. Now, I'm not a CBA or anything like that. I'm not an accountant, but I'm just telling you, you have to report your income. It's not about like, oh, I get some and I just don't tell anyone. You have to report it. I probably just never made enough for either one of my accountants to really give a poop. Thanks. Similar to Canada. And right now we have a relief fund, but in order to qualify, you have to have zero income. They won't even allow you to make $20 a week. Okay, let that sink in right there. So if you join Beachbody or any other multi-level marketing company right now, and this is Canada, and you were to make $10, $20, $30 a week, then the benefits that would be coming to you will be ixnayed because you have other income. From the research I have done, until you get a 1099 from Beachbody earning over $600, the IRS considers this a hobby, and there is no need to claim anything. This is what I thought. Okay, again, you guys, you're not accountants, you're not CPAs, you're nothing like that, and giving each other this kind of advice, I just think it is dangerous, because you could be also considered self-employed and you will owe taxes on that, right? Okay, let's just move on. Following. I didn't even think about this. I'm mainly a discount coach as well. I was just furloughed from my full-time job and filed unemployment for the first time this past week. I haven't heard back yet, but I assume I'll account for something similar. Maybe that's why my unemployment has been suspended. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. If you are making money from MLM, hello, then your state is going to be like, you got income, you're just SOL. So is it really a good idea to be involved in multi-level marketing at this time? It's never a good time. It's never a good time. But right now with what's going on in the world, it could hurt you. It could be detrimental to you and your family. I have a coach who has been just basically placing breadcrumbs right now because she is on unemployment, and whatever money she makes is then deducted from her unemployment, and she doesn't want to lose her benefits. I wouldn't think if she isn't actively working that the income will stop her from receiving her benefits. I know every state is different though. It depends on how much she's bringing in, because if she's bringing in more than what she'd receive in benefits, bada boom, bada bing, those are going to stop. they're not going to pay you twice. If you have money coming in, they're not going to give you money. That's typically how it works. Just saying, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not an expert on unemployment. I'm just using logic here. I was on EI during my maternity leave, and an active coach, they deduct dollar from your benefits. But with CERB, you have to expect no income in 14 days of the first 4-week period and expect no income thereafter. Also, you don't get an income tax statement from Beachbody unless you make over $600 in the year. And that's the 1099 I'm talking about, Technically, you need to report any money that you earn when you're collecting unemployment. That's what I remember. Check with your state, do your own research, And if you do earn something, they will deduct that amount. But, I did have it happen to me where it just, kibosh, it was just gone. Being in multi-level marketing at this time in the world, and really any time, it's not going to bring you the income you think it is. It's not going to replace the income that you're losing. And it is highly doubtful that you will make more than you would from unemployment. And doesn't your family need you right now? Don't they need every dime? I know there are lines for people just trying to get food right now. So is it really worth it to, try to do any multi-level marketing when the world is a mess? Honestly, it's never a good time. Like I said, it's never a good time, but especially right now, maybe it's a good idea if you just, quit, just leave. By all means, though, check where you live. If you're in the States, check with your state's unemployment office. Texas has some rules about multi-level marketing and some other things that are related to it. I'll put the links in the description. I was going to read that all to you, but most of you probably are not even from Texas, so I think it'd be kind of boring. But I do want you to be able to look stuff up. You know what I mean? Because that's important. So if you join an MLM or are a member of an MLM right now and making money and not reporting it to collect unemployment, you are putting yourself at risk. If you lose your job and file for unemployment, do not think that joining an MLM is going to bring in, quote, extra income. It won't. It may very well prevent you from receiving benefits. And just really think about it right now. Which is bigger, what you can earn from MLM or your unemployment benefits? By far, in my opinion, it is safer to stick with unemployment because it's a steady amount. And I'm just going to say this to protect yourself and your family when you are the most vulnerable. This is the time to say no to MLM above any other time. And it's also time to just quit. It's not worth it. Okay, I had filmed my outro earlier, but it didn't pick up. So right now you're going to be watching some kind of a random whatever video because I just don't feel like getting out the black screen and doing all of that. It's a bit of a hassle and headache, okay? I hope this has given you some insight about how being part of an MLM may jeopardize you receiving unemployment and possibly other benefits that are being given out right now during this time in the world. And instead of asking people on your team, please Google something like unemployment and multi-level marketing and then add your state to the inquiry. Multi-level marketers, network marketers, they are hungry right now. And they're really trying to leverage the fact that so many people are at home and don't you want to work from home, yada, yada. This is why you need to arm yourself with information and not just jump into MLM because it could be a huge mistake. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so that you are notified each time I upload new content. If we want there to be a change, remember it is up to us to speak out and change starts now.